water, normal drinking water, in some parts of the province due to the drought. It was recently declared a natural disaster. So we're having a look at this question. The long-awaited rainfall has caused some damages in some areas. How has it affected you? Very, very sad. So there you go, M Live. SMS your comment to 33726, and the SMS is going to cost you R1.50. So please, let's start the conversation on that. All right, let's go to KwaZulu-Natal right now. Sam Marshall is taking a look at the situation right now. Sam, how's it looking there?
Good morning, Leanne, and that's really what we're doing. We're investigating that drought situation. We'll have a chat to the Premier a little bit later, but we'll also talk to, in a couple of minutes or so, to the DG in the Premier's office, Mr. Frikkie Brooks, who's going to share with us logistically what are some of the interventions that have been put in place to combat and deal with issues related to drought, but also make sure that we understand the role that we play in making sure that water is a very precious resource. Now, one of the things that KZN is doing is turning seawater into drinking water, and that of course takes an entire process. Our producer here on the ground, along with our cameraman, went to take a look and investigate.
Ngonyameni is one of the many communities under the eThekwini municipality facing water shortages. The majority of residents here depend on water tankers that make routine visits to supply what has become so scarce in this part of the country. Loading up to 13,000 litres at a time, these trucks travel sometimes dangerous routes to get to needy recipients.
Right now, I've got 86 water tankers that are servicing the lot of areas in eThekwini municipality. I've got the south, it's quite big, like Ngonyameni. The main road covers about 15 km, and there we've got the roads that are going in, so it's quite a big area. There I've got 5 vehicles that are carrying 30,000 litres each, and we do about 3 trips a day, so it's quite big.
Dams and rivers around the area have lost their purpose. Once they used to be primary sources. Now getting access to this resource means waiting along the road as water tankers stop by at least twice a week. People then load as much as they can until the trucks return. Nonzuzo Dlamini knows this very well. With her family's well-being on top of her list, she has no choice but to get used to this way of life. Even the tap that was erected in her yard early last year has also failed to deliver.
This is affecting us pretty badly because sometimes when you are really in need of water, you can't get it anyway. Sometimes the elderly can't even take their medication, and laundry piles up. Dams have dried up.
To alleviate water shortages being experienced by many like Nonzuzo, the Provincial Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs has already started distributing converted seawater to some areas.
There is an option available, which is among other things, using the sea through a desalination process to augment the water capacity. So we are able to conduct all those investigations and understand how that process works out so that there can be long-term solutions. So, but indeed, the lessons that we are learning are very important. But what is most important now is that the members of the public, the community, they need to play their role. They need to use water sparingly. They need to treat every drop of water as if it was the last drop. We must avoid the wastage of water. We must fight water leaks. We must report water leaks. We must make sure that in our households we do everything we can to make sure that we conserve water.
During our visit, weather conditions looked promising, but it only came down to drizzles, leaving the community of Ngonyameni and many others desperate for rain. Nonzuzo Dlamini, SABC News in Durban.